So in today's lesson, we're going to be learning about conversion graphs and how to draw and interpret them. So let's have a look at this example. The table shows some lengths in centimeters change into lengths in, the table shows some lengths in inches change into length in centimeters. And we're given a plotting table. We're given our coordinates here. We're given our lengths in inches converted into lengths in centimeters. And question A says, on the grid, use this information to draw a line graph that can be used to change between inches and centimeters. So what we're going to do is learn how to plot these onto our graph. Now, when you're drawing this into your books, please make sure that you're leaving 2 squares between your numbers. It just makes it a little bit easier to then plot your graph and understand what it's showing you rather than trying to cram it in so small. So when you're drawing this, remember to leave 2 squares between each number. Now, plotting your graph, you'll notice that along the bottom, this is your x-axis, you have your inches, okay, going horizontally, and then along your y-axis, so going up vertically, you have your centimeters. Now, there's a saying that hopefully you'll remember, which is along the corridor and up the stairs. That will become apparent when we start going through our coordinates. So, plotting the first set, it goes down like this. So 0 inches is equal to 0 centimeters. So we're going to go to 0 inches and 0 centimeters, which is right at the corner. And we're going to draw our first X. Our next set says that 2 inches is equivalent to 5 centimeters. So we're going to go along the corridor to 2 inches and up the stairs to 5 centimeters. Okay, and we put our X there. So along the corridor, up the stairs, along to 2 inches and up to 5 centimeters. Our next set says that 6 inches is equivalent to 15 centimeters. So we're going to go along the corridor to 6 inches and up to 15 centimeters and draw our next coordinate spot. And finally, we've got 10 inches is equivalent to 25 centimeters. So we're going to go along the corridor to 10 and up the stairs to 25 centimeters. So that's going to be our next set of coordinates. And finally, because it's a line graph, what you're going to use is a ruler to draw a really straight line that connects all of your coordinates, all of your points together. And that's how you draw your graph. Now, what I'd like you to do is to pause this video and have a go at this one. You'll notice that kilometers isn't written in. So I would suggest that you go up in 16s. Remember to leaving 2 squares, 2 gaps between your numbers, so go up in 16. So 16, 32, and keep going. So pause this video and have a go at plotting these coordinates on this graph. Okay, so let's go through these answers quickly. So let's finish plotting our, putting in our axes. So 16, 32, after 32 would be 48, and then we've got 64, and then we've got 80, and then 0, and then we've got 96, and then finally we've got 112. Okay, so if we were to look at our table here, it tells us that miles to kilometers, 0 miles is 0 kilometers, so your first point should have been there. Not forgetting that 0 there. And then it then says 5 miles is 8 kilometers, so we go along the corridor to 5, which is in between 0 and 10, and up to 8. And then we've got 20 miles is 32 kilometers, so along the corridor to 20 miles, up to 32. And our next set says 40 miles is 64 kilometers. So we go along the corridor to 40 and up to 64. And then you'll use a ruler to look a lot neater and a lot nicer than mine. You draw your straight line that joins all of your points together, and you can keep going. Okay, pause this video and have a go at this one. Right, let's start this one. So the first one, 0, 0, we start right at the corner. Our next one is 20 grams is 0.7 ounces. So along to 20 and up to 0.7, which is roughly about there. Remember, this is an approximation, so it's not going to be exactly perfect, but as long as it's as accurate as you can make it. Next one, it says 50 grams is 1.75 ounces. So 50 is between 40 and 60. And then 1.75, I'm going to say is roughly about there. And then we've got 70 grams is 2.45 ounces, so 70 is again between 60 and 80. We're going to go up to 2.45, which I will say roughly about there. And then finally, 100 grams is 3.50 ounces. That one's a little bit of an easy one to plot. So we go along the corridor to 100 and up to 3.5 and plot our graph. And then, very neatly with a ruler, not like how I'm doing it, you're going to join your points together. And you'll end up with a graph, a line graph. Now, let's go through this example. Please make sure that you are copying out as we're going along. So this is a conversion graph between kilograms and pounds. Now, the graph has already been drawn for us. What we're going to have to do is now convert them using our graph. So use the graph to make an approximate conversion of 18 pounds to kilograms, 5 pounds to kilograms, 4 kilograms to pounds, and 10 kilograms to pounds. So let's start with the first one. We've got 18 pounds, so we'll go along the corridor. Remember, pounds is this one. I'll put your abbreviations here. So that's pounds, which is LB, and then kilograms is kg. So 18 pounds, so we'll go along the corridor to 18, go here, and then straight up to where our line on our graph is, and then across to kilograms. And then approximately in kilograms, I'd say that's about 8.25 kg. Let's have a look at the next one. 5 pounds into kilograms. So you go to where you see roughly where 5 is, which is roughly about here, between 4 and 6, up to your line on your graph, and then across, and I'd say that's about 2.25, maybe 2.3, but again, this is an approximation. They don't have to be exactly 100%. The next two questions are talking about kilograms to pounds. So we're going from our vertical axis to our horizontal. So we're going to start at kilograms. First one is 4 kilograms. So we're going to go from 4 kilograms, draw a straight line to our line on our graph, and then down. And I'm going to say that's more or less 9 pounds on the dot. And then our next one is 10 kilograms into pounds. We're going to go up to 10, right there, along to our line on our graph, and then down to pounds. And I'd say that's pretty bang on at 22 pounds. Part B says approximately how many pounds are equivalent to 1 kg. So how many pounds are equivalent to 1 kg? Well, 1 kg is there. So if we draw our line, remember, touching that one there, and then down to our pounds, I'd say that's probably about 2.2, maybe 2.1 pounds. Remember, it's an approximation, so it can be about 2.1 pounds or 2.2, depending on obviously how you draw it. And part C says approximately how many kilograms are equivalent to 44 pounds. Now you'll notice that 44 pounds is not on here, but we can use this one. 22 pounds is half of 44. Now we know that 22 pounds is equal to 10 kg. Therefore, remember, if we double it, times it by 2, it gives us 44 pounds. And that, if we double 10, will give us 20 kg. So use the numbers on the graph to see if you can multiply anything to give you that. So we know that 22 pounds is 10 kg and 22 is half of 44. So we just doubled it, and we can have an approximately 44 pounds is equal to 20 kg. So pause this video and have a go at these questions. I'd suggest using a ruler up against the computer screen or the tablet to try and see if you can accurately guess these. The answers to these following questions are the following. And finally, pause this video and have a go at these questions. And these are the following answers.